So there are 8 building blocks of TQM. Act always in line with the customer's need. Develop an internal customer-supplier relationship, measure value added, do it right at first time, work under the 7-0 banner, that is disdain, stock, delay, paper, downtime, defects and excellence. Focus on prevention, involve all the participants in the enterprise, satisfy all parties at the same time. Principles of TQM, there are 5 key principles. Management commitment, there's always plan, do, check, act. Plan is to drive and direct. Do is to deploy, support and participate. Check is to review. And act, recognize, communicate and revise the entire plan. Employee empowerment, youth training, suggestion scheme, measurement and recognition, excellence team. Fact-based decision making, statistical process control, 7 statistical tools, and team-oriented problem solving. Continuous improvement, systematic measurement and focus, excellence teams, cross-functional process management, attain, maintain, improve standards. And the last one is focus on customer, supplier partnership, service relationship with internal customers, never compromise with the quality and customer driven strategy. So there are 7 stages and the pillars of TQM. TQM expected results and outcome, company growth, profitability, productive, quality products and services and long-term survival. Culture of TQM company, excellence culture, honesty, trust, respect, learning organization, customer satisfaction, deliverability, fast response, flexible employee satisfaction, quality and continuous improvement minded. Human resource development system, employee involvement, education and training, Kaizen, incentive, reward system, suggestion system, quality tools. Quality planning plus quality control. User, design, manufacture, sales, user focused customer. Apply quality tools like QFD, FMEA, targeting method and so on. Supplier development system and partnership, quality assurance system like some of the standard like ISO 9000. Quality empowerment system. The foundation is the management and commitment and leadership management undertaking and knowledge. There are 7 deadly disasters. Lack of long-term commitment and leadership for management. Insufficient empowerment of workers. Lack of cross-functional, cross-disciplinary efforts, misdirected focus, emphasis on a trivial issue rather than a crucial one, emphasis on internal processes to the neglect of external, that is nothing but the customer focus, lack of focus in training and coaching, and lack of cost of quality. Philosophies and approach of management goals. Like Devin's philosophy, organization can increase quality, can simultaneously reduce the cost. Reducing the waste, rework, staff attrition, increasing customer loyalty instead of increasing litigations with the customer. So, quality you can say results of work of efforts put divided by total cost. So Deming chain reaction is improved quality, cost decreases because of the less rework, fewer mistakes, fewer delays and snags and better use of time and material. Productivity improves, capture the market with better quality and lower price, stay in business, and provide jobs and more jobs. There are 14 points defined by Deming. Create constancy, adopt the new philosophy, cease dependence on mass inspection, ending the practice of awarding business on the basis of price tag, find the problem, institute modern method of training. The responsibility of the foreman must be to change from sheer numbers to the quality, drive out the fears, break down the barriers, eliminate numerical goals, eliminate work standards, remove barriers that stand between the hourly workers, institute a vigorous program, and create a structure on the top management. There are 7 deadly diseases: lack of constancy of purpose, emphasis on a short-term profit rather than a long-term, evaluation by performance, merit rating, or annual review of performance, mobility of management, running a company on visible figures alone, excessive medical costs, excessive cost of warranty fueled by lawyers who work for contingency fees, lesser category of obstacles like neglecting long-range planning, rely on technology to solve the problem, seeking example of follow rather than developing the solution, and excuses such as our problems are different. Durant's philosophy and its contribution to quality. The quality of a product is defined by Durant as fitness to use. So according to him, quality is related to product performance that results in customer satisfaction, freedom from product deficiency which avoid customer dissatisfaction. So Durant supported continuum of cycle of all activities. Such activities include market research, design, planning for manufacture, purchasing, production process control, and inspection and testing and sales, followed by the customer feedback. So Durant trilogy is quality planning, quality control, quality improvement. Quality planning identifies who are the customer, determine the needs of those customers, translate those needs into our language, develop a product that can respond to those needs, optimize the product features so as to meet our needs and customers' needs. Quality control, chronic waste, which is the cost of poor quality, cost a lot from the rework time to scrap. Sporadic spike, a corrective action team is brought into determine the cost. Quality improvement, eliminate waste, defect, and rework that improves the processes and reduce the cost of poor quality. So Durant's 10 step to quality improvement. Build awareness of the need and opportunity for improvement. Set goals for improvements. Organize to reach that particular goal. Provide training. Carry out projects to solve problems. Report. Give recognition. Communicate results. Keep score. Maintain momentum by making annual improvement program on a regular basis. So what are the strengths and weaknesses of Durant's trilogy? The methodology searches at continuous improvement of quality in every aspect of the organization. Use of different quality tools to cover the step of Durant's trilogy. It allows a better understanding of the relationship of every stage of the company. And the flip side, to have a quality control, it is necessary to have a trained person with knowledge in statistical process or train a special person to be in charge of quality. The program focuses on company's processes, not on labor force. Kaizen, elimination of Muda, Mura and Muri. Kaizen is a culture of continuous improvement, focusing on eliminating waste in all systems and processes of an organization. Kaizen is a daily activity whose purpose goes beyond simple productivity improvement. Two elements: improvement, change for better, ongoing, continue. Three principles: consider the process and the results so that action to achieve effects are surfaced. Systematic thinking of the whole process and not just immediate. A learning, non-judgmental, non-blaming approach and intent will allow the re-examination of assumptions that resulted in the current process. So the methodology of Kaizen. Individuals have to find the pain areas in working areas, analyze that pain, find out the solution for problems, implement solution for some days till you get out of that particular pain. Write on the paper old and new situation, display in the appropriate place so that all can see and appreciate it. Explain the Kaizen to a small group of employees where all will understand it. So in good organization, especially in Japan, each employee gives average 5 Kaizen per month. So elimination of Muda, Mura and Muri. Muda is basically waste. Mura is discrepancies and Muri is strain. Strain could be blend to work, push hard, lift weight, repeat tiring actions and wasteful walk. Muda is any wasteful activity or any obstruction to smooth flow of activity, and activity is equal to work plus Muda. Expenditure is cost plus waste. Less Muda is equal to more happy clients. So it could be manpower, technique, method, time, facilities, jigs and tools, material, production volume, inventory, place, way of thinking. Some typical misconception on Kaizen. Kaizen is for workers, it's not for the managers. Kaizen is a small improvement only. Kaizen only a sort of implemented suggestion scheme. Any implemented improvement is Kaizen. So when does it become Kaizen? Large improvements are made, small time and small money is used, bottleneck problems is attached, process observation is used, Kaizen paradigms are deployed, management participation exists. Philip Crosby's philosophy, zero defect concept. He believes management should take prime responsibility for quality and workers only follow their manager's example. He defined the 4 absolute of quality management. So quality is the conformance to the requirement. Quality prevention is preferable to quality inspection. Zero defect is the quality performance standard. Quality is measured in monetary terms, the price of non-conformance. He also suggested 14 steps to quality improvement. Management is committed to quality, as it is very clear to all. Create quality improvement team with senior representatives from all the departments. Measure processes to determine current and potential quality issues. Calculate the cost of poor quality. Raise quality awareness to all the employees. take action to correct quality issues, monitor progress of quality improvement, establish a zero defect committee, train supervisor in quality improvement, hold zero defect days, encourage employees to create their own quality improvement goals, encourage employee communicate with management about obstacles to quality, recognize participants' effects and efforts, create quality councils, do it all over again. Quality improvement does not end. So 5 characteristics of an eternally successful organization. People routinely do the right thing first. Change is anticipated and used as an advantage. Growth is consistent, profitable. New product and services appears when needed. Everyone is happy to work. So what are the cost of quality? Feigenbaum projected the work on the cost of quality. It is a methodology for financially quantifying the cost of quality, or rather the cost of non-quality with regards to prevention and rectification activities.